Hello, this is Kate from Daily Tarot Girl, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And the cards that I'm using for this reading are the Light Seers Tarot. This is one of my favorite decks. This is the deck that I tend to use most often. This one and the Everyday Witch one are the two decks I read with the most. All right, so let's draw three cards. Each card is going to represent a portion of the upcoming week. And my intention with this reading is to get some ideas, some inspiration for the week ahead, and just see kind of what kinds of energies and opportunities might be coming up for us. All right, so let's dive in. I'm out on my deck, so you might hear a little bit of background noise. Hopefully, you just hear the fountain in the background. All right, let's begin with the first card. So this first card is for Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week, and here we have the Two of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful. Such a beautiful card. The Two of Cups is all about partnership and working together, and the message I get with this card is that you're almost stronger, your innate talents and gifts are actually enhanced when you work with others as opposed to trying to do everything all on your own. There's also like melding and mixing happening. When I look at this card, I see the steam or the colors from the two cups kind of coming up together and kind of intermingling. So I'm getting a few things here. The first thing is you want to prioritize your... Hold on a sec. I'm just going to close my door here so we don't hear my kitty Merlina trying to get my attention. Okay, so first thing is you may want to really prioritize relationships this week. This week, it's more important than ever to have clear, open lines of communication and to really communicate from the heart. So when you're having difficult conversations, or even if you're just working with someone on a project or something like that, when you stay in your heart, when you communicate from the heart, it's going to come across a lot different than if you communicate from a place of intellect or mind. So really getting into your heart when it comes to connecting with others this week and communicating and talking things through. And again, that message of the mixing of the energies. This is a week to collaborate, I think, and to come together. So just thinking about the relationships in your life, which ones will you be prioritizing this week? And how can you collaborate with someone this week instead of trying to do everything on your own? All right, let's look at this next card. So this is for the middle of the week, so kind of Wednesday, Thursday-ish. And here we have Justice. So Justice is number 11 in the Major Arcana. So this is a Major Arcana card. And with this card, I'm really drawn to a couple of things. I'm drawn to her expression here. It seems very calm, very calm and serene, almost happy. And then I'm also drawn to the set of scales that she's holding. And what's interesting is that kind of mirrors the Two of Cups and those two cups. So the two cups that we see in the first card are repeated with Justice. Here we have these two cups. So with the Two of Cups, I talked about partnership and coming together with someone, sharing yourself with someone, mixing your ideas, your energies, your intentions. But it's about these two separate cups, these two separate energies kind of coming together. and forming a partnership. Whereas with Justice, we have the 2 cups that are a set of scales, and it's about kind of weighing the pros and cons, or creating a sense of balance. So what I get with Justice is 2 things. The first thing I see is balance, and how important having a sense of balance is this week. When you're in a state of balance, or you could say homeostasis, that is kind of the ideal state of being. When you're out of balance, that's when we start to get tired, or we start to feel stressed out. And so being in balance doesn't mean being I don't think this means being perfectly balanced in all areas of your life, but it's about cultivating a sense of balance in your life, however that might look like for you. So the question that comes to mind as I gaze at this card is, are you out of balance in any particular area? And what can you do to be more in balance? I particularly think that this applies if you're doing anything that's outside of your comfort zone this week, or if you're doing anything that's going to be kind of challenging or outside of the ordinary. It's important to maintain that sense of balance. So the more balanced you are, the more able you are to step out of your comfort zone and take a few risks and move forward with a sense of confidence. And then the other thing I wanted to say about Justice is her expression on her face. She just seems very serene and at peace and confident. And the word discernment is popping into my head. This is about using your discernment, your, what's the word? I was going to say judgment, but yeah, having good judgment, using discernment. And I think that the more calm and grounded and balanced you are, the easier it is to tap into that calm sense of discernment, where you can discern, yes, this is the right choice for me to make, or this is the wrong choice for me to make. This is what I want more of right now. This is what I need less of. I feel like you can make decisions so much better when you are coming from a place of being calm, serene, and balanced. So that's what I get with Justice. Let's look at the last card. This is for the weekend. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And here we have the Devil. So another major arcana card. And the Devil can symbolize a few different things. So the first thing that pops in my mind is temptation. And it looks like he's kind of trying to tempt you. He's reaching out to you. He has this hypnotic look in his eyes. The way his hair is like swirling around him. There's something about this card that really kind of draws you in. And so the question I have for you is, what are you tempted by? Is there something that is tempting you or trying to pull your attention? Is there something that is like calling to you and trying to pull you in? And the other thing with the Devil is that this is also a card of manipulation. And if we look at the woman down at the bottom of the card, she's kind of cowering. She has her hands over her ears, and she's like a little puppet on a string, and he's kind of playing with it like she's a marionette. So this card is about sort of being manipulated. And whenever the Devil shows up in a reading, it's because you're ready to be more free. It's because you're ready to kind of open your eyes and become more aware of all the little ways that you perhaps give away your power. And so when the Devil card shows up, I know it's because, okay, we're ready for more freedom this week. I think sometimes we get sucked into things. We can be manipulated by certain things. without even really realizing it, if we're not really paying attention. And there's so many different ways that this energy of the devil could show up. So it could show up as a belief that you might have. Like maybe you believe that life is hard and I don't know, nothing works out, and or work is supposed to be really hard and a struggle. And if you really buy into that belief, it can start to have an effect on things. And the devil is about kind of opening your eyes and realizing, okay, what bullshit ideas am I buying into? How am I giving away my power? Maybe you're giving away your power to another person, a belief that you have, a fantasy that you have, ridiculous expectations that you might have, or an institution. Trying to think of all the ways that we give away our power. But the devil asks you, how are you giving away your power this week? And maybe you're not, but the devil asks you to consider, how are you giving away your power? And what do you need to do to be more free? So how can you experience more freedom for yourself? What would need to happen? And think about, how free do you feel right now in this moment on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not free at all, really trapped and stuck, and 10 being completely free. And let's say you give yourself a 5. What would need to happen in order for that 5 to become a 6 or a 7? What would need to be different? What would need to change? What could you do differently? So just kind of considering that. I love that theme of freedom and gaining more freedom. Another thing with the devil is that the devil also reminds us that so many of the things that are holding us back are often somewhat illusory. So it's not that it's completely an illusion, but sometimes the things that we think are holding us back and stopping us from being more free or more joyful, those things aren't as solid as we might believe them to be. And so the devil also asks you to kind of consider that. Okay, let's look at all the cards together, and let's just see if there's anything else I want to mention. I'm really drawn to hands in this reading. So with the Two of Cups, we have the hands embracing, clasping each other. They're holding hands. With Justice, her hands are firmly gripping the sword. And it looks like she's taking, one hand is on the handle of the sword, the other one is on the sheath, and it's like she's taking the sword out of its sheath. She's pulling the sword out. And then with the devil, his hand is like outstretched, kind of offering you a hand, kind of beckoning you. So I just think that that's interesting, the way that the hands sort of illustrate the different concepts in the cards. Apart from that, nothing else is coming to me. So I think I've said everything. I invite you to share your own ideas on these cards, though. What ideas popped into your head as you were gazing at these cards? And maybe you have a different take or a similar take than me, and you're always welcome to share in the comment section below. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Kate. I'm from Daily Tarot Girl. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel. Give me a subscribe and a like. I post these videos every week, usually on a Friday, sometimes a Saturday if I'm behind schedule. And definitely check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com. I've got tons of fun tarot learning resources on there for you to check out. So thanks for watching. Have a great week.